Hi, my name's Mary Scott Huff, and I am going to demonstrate the Bobbled Cast On for you today. I've used it as the edge treatment for this mitten called Wild Hare, which some of you may have seen before. Hopefully you have purchased the pattern in support of Judith McKenzie's studio rebuild effort. For that, I thank you. If you'd like to order additional copies or tell a friend, the pattern is available on Ravelry.com. Wild Hare. The Bobbled Cast On is not only super cute and sexy, it's doing an important job. I've used it as the starting point, and in this case in a different color, for this traditional Norwegian style chevron cuff treatment. The yarn that I've chosen for this particular piece happens to be superwash, and its tendency is to not hold on to any aggressive blocking for very long because of the yarn's slippery surface. Just one attribute of that particular yarn. So to compensate and keep these pointy points really pointy, I've added what amounts to a tiny little weight at the extreme outside edge of each point. There's nothing that says it has to be a bobble for that matter. You could try a tassel, a fringe, a pom-pom. The world's your oyster. But I'm going to show you today how to execute the Bobbled Cast On. Here we go. So the Bobbled Cast On begins with a slip knot. We're going to start by putting on 10 stitches using the cable cast on method. The cable cast on method is different to the knitted cast on in that to form each stitch, you pick up the next one from between the prior two stitches. For a knitted cast on, we would pick up through the next stitch, but cable cast on calls for us to do it between the prior two. So there's 3. Stitch number 10 is where all the action's going to happen. I'm actually going to create 4 stitches from 1. So I've knit into the front of the stitch as I would for any other knitted stitch. Then I'm going to come around and knit into the back leg of the stitch, and still without slipping it off, I'm going to knit into the front again, that's 3, and into the back again for a total of 4. Now I'm going to take all 4 stitches and pass them back over to my left-hand needle. So rather than turn the work, as I might to create a bobble in a different technique, this time I'm going to pass all 4 new stitches back to the left and knit them again without ever turning the work. Watch this. There's 4. See a tiny little bit of knitted fabric forming here? I'm going to pass them back a second time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knit them all again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can really see it's a knitted cord forming here. I'm going to pass everybody back a third time. Knit again. And now you can really see I have this kind of blobby piece of knitted cord formed. Not yet a bobble, so here's how we close it up and make it behave properly. We're going to pass stitches 2, 3, and 4 of the bobble over stitch 1. So there's 2, 3, and 4. We're now back down to 1 stitch. Still not bobbly and round like we want it, so watch this sexy move. Pass stitch 1 back over to the left needle and pull its next door neighbor up and over it to tightly and firmly close that guy. Ta-da! Instant bobble. And we should have now the first 9 stitches of our cast on. So to continue, cable cast on again. We're going to go between 2 stitches. 1, 2, and so on. And there's stitch number 11. Let's make another one. We'll knit into the front, back, front, and back of stitch number 11, all before slipping it off. Now it's off. Then we'll pass all 4 new bobble stitches back to the left needle once and knit them. Pass them back twice and knit them. Pass them back thrice and knit them. And this time, now that we've got a proper little bit of acreage on that bubble, we'll pass stitch 2, 3, and 4 over stitch 1. And now for the sexy party trick. Slip it back to the left needle and cross its next door neighbor over the top and off. Ta-da! It's the bobbliest. You can use this edge anywhere you want. You change the size of the bobbles by altering how many stitches are in them, how long that knitted cord gets before you turn it back on itself and bunch it up, and the distance between bobbles is completely variable depending upon how many stitches you have in between, and you can match this to any edge that you might be decorating. The pattern repeat of the piece you're putting it on is the first thing to consider. Match the bobble to the points or whatever other design element of your knitted edge you like. Use it early and often. Make your knitting sexy.